What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 for some more Mystic fun. We are here on the Hot Springs, and we only got this map and one more left, and we are done with adventures and ready to move on to expeditions. But let's get this one going here and see if we can't get it all wrapped up. I'm going to build right here so that I can take advantage of that environmental trap if I need to. And then what do we want to do? Now, we can get ourselves in trouble on DU on this map if we're not careful. Let's see. Do we want to go... Let's get a few serpent's coils up front, and we've got our two snakes there. That was 150. I feel like that's probably pretty solid for a start for that lane. And let's see, what can we do over here? The benefit we have here is all these twisting and turning lanes. It allows us to get some good line of sight in, but additionally have our wall kind of in a good way, so to speak. Let's see, what do we want to do here? I mean, we want to put... I think I want to do Serpent's Coils there, too. I'm a little worried about putting the Vipers over here, though. We'll see how it goes. Alright, now here we can choke this entire lane down, or the top lane split from that side and this lane down into one area here. Let's just go with it's like, say right, we'll just throw a wall like right there. And then let's get 3 Sand Vipers here. Now I'm wondering, will they reach? It kind of looks like they'll reach. You know, we can always just put them down in the water too. Get a little upfront killing here. Let's go with a couple there. We still got plenty of DU left. Now this lane, I think, is going to be our main lane to worry about here. We got all kinds of flyer action here, too. Let's go 3 there. What about this lane up here? Now, on these lanes, we can do lots of upfront killing. You know, which of course is a glorious thing. I think we want to... Let's put this one like right there. And then we'll get our snakes kind of something like that, maybe? Do we want one more? I mean, we've got the DU. Let's just throw one more. And then we can get some Serpent's Coils, too. But where do we want those guys? I think we can easily put a couple of them right here. They might take a little cleave damage as enemies are hitting that wall. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, now we've got these flyer issues. And the flyers are going to be the real deal here. There's no doubt about that. We can go something like this, but they're very likely just to get destroyed by the melee mobs that come down here. I think that's probably a bad play. Now, normally what I would do is just throw a Skyguard back at the core. Let's go over here. So we'll go, try to actually get some double dip area here. Can we do this one too? Let's just put 2 over this way. I want to make sure I'm leaving enough left for an obelisk, and, you know, got to have the obelisk, of course. Let's just drop it right there. I guess we've got the DU. Let's go ahead and just add a 3rd Viper to these lanes where I didn't have one. Let's get a third over here as well. Where do we want this one, though? I mean, I can go like that, but that still leaves 90. We got enough left for 3 more. I mean, we can get a little bit of upfront killing in on them there. What else? I think last resort, maybe? Something like that for any flyers that do make it into the end. Now let's dump full into this obelisk and just let it fly and see how it goes. Now, this one could be super sketch, there's no doubt. It's real easy to kind of underestimate this map. But let's just see how it goes. I think, as with most maps, the flyers are very likely to cause problems. If there are any problems, it could very easily be flyers. We've got just an enormous amount of these little range goblins on this map, too, so going to have some problems with those. The good news is they are goblins, and we've got that Gobu Boom on our snakes, of course. How are we doing? Nothing is really building up anywhere. Only 19 mobs left. Alright, so what do we want to do? I think we want to... We actually got a lot of upfront killing in, which is a good thing. You know what I do want to do is I want to move one of these over here. We could still have it hit, can still have it hitting the wall area. But that'll give us a little up front. That one might end up getting taken out by the little range goblins. Alright, now we want to upgrade the areas that we're not paying attention to. So that would be like the far south lanes. This guy right here, and you see we've got an ogre this wave here, so we definitely want to be paying attention to that ogre. Let's get some upgrades in there. And then what else over on that side? You know what? Let's get that obelisk full up. Alright, I think that'll be good enough to get me started here. The mob count, of course, on adventure mode on this map is super low. When you look at that, like this wave had 130 mobs. 130 mobs with this many entrances is not a whole lot of enemies per entrance. So there's not a whole lot to deal with. It's actually going really, really good so far. Make sure these flyers are not going to be an issue, though. And then I want to get on that ogre right away. Okay, here comes the ogre. Oh, wow. That ogre got wrecked. That Dark Torment is going to clean house there for a moment or two as well. All right. Pretty smooth sailing there. All right, so where do we have bosses this time? We've got them from both of those lanes. We got a cannon ogre this time. We're going to want to get on that cannon ogre right away. In fact, let's get those jacked up there. And I think I'm just going to hang out and wait for this cannon ogre here. And here I said I wasn't going to pay attention to these lanes. Make sure those flyers don't get too close, though. All right, I think we're in a really good spot right now. We got the Gobu Boom taking big chunks. We're just at a point where we're able to deal with these bosses, dispatch these bosses pretty easily, which is quite nice. I don't want to jinx myself, but pretty smooth sailing here so far. All right. Let's just spam everything in over there and let it fly. Yeah, even now, again, 154 mobs, and this is wave 4. So, to be honest with you, I'm not getting really any use out of all these snakes. Look at that, 0 damage dealt, 0 damage dealt. It's actually 0 damage dealt on all of those. Wow, I guess these are putting in all the work. Low mob count and mystic defenses is not always the way. That is for sure. I've been talking about it throughout this series, but where the mystic really shines is with the single target damage with her defenses. Alright, we got a Shaper. The Shaper's just getting handled. The Shaper's dead already. Plaguing Hawk should be down, no problem. Alright. What do we got? A regular ogre there. We got a Drakenlord over there. Alright, so we've got it relatively easy here. These are putting in so much work. Let me just go ahead and get both of those fully jacked. I guess we can do the same thing with these. We're not going to be able to get them fully upped, but they should be putting in some work. And then we'll focus on that Drakenlord here. Alright, here come the bosses. Get rid of this book here. Alright, the ogre got wrecked. Gribbs is going to get some shots off there. Alright, we got got the Drakenlord. A little bit sketchy there, but we got it. And only 6 mobs left. So there we go. Not too shabby. That actually went way smoother than I expected it to. We got lots of mini bosses on that one, so that can always be a challenge. But yeah, good stuff. So moving right along, let's bounce out of this map and check out the loot here. All right, let's see what we have going. A little fire chip on that one. Nothing incredible. Let's take a look at our shards here. Fountain of Speed. That's no good. We will have enough dust here to get another campaign shard. Because, of course, we are just not going to be able to get a shard that we want. Let's just sell all this stuff. See if we can get lucky and get a little bit of movement speed here. From a campaign shard pack. All right, here we go. Negative. No dice there. All right, well, eventually we'll get a useful shard on this Mystic. Taking a look through the shards we've got nothing. Like, I've gotten so few usable shards. It's been just ugly. But anyway, that will get it for this one. Just one left, and we got... what, a destruction shard, which will be nice, 300,000, and then 1,500 defender medals. So we're just about there, y'all, just about there. But thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy.